Dear students, welcome to the course of Architectural Studies for Engineers. This is lecture number 5. I am your teacher Ravinder Kumar Kyani, Assistant Professor, Department of Architecture and Planning, NAD University of Engineering and Technology, Karachi, Sindh, Pakistan. In the last class, we have finished the theme General Concepts and Terminology and Fundamental of Aesthetics and its relevance to the engineering. I believe you must have understood this general theme of this course. Today, we will begin with theme 2, architectural design. The architectural design. There is a lot of detail that goes into designing an architectural project. Each step of the project is carefully thought out for safety and day-to-day comfort. We call this flow. Let's answer the questions: what is architectural design and what is involved in the design process? Architectural design is a concept that focuses on components or elements of a structure. An architect is generally the one in charge of the architectural design along with engineers. They work with space and building elements to create a coherent and functional structure. What is involved in architectural design? The architectural design involves the designing of a three-dimensional structure for human habitation. The architectural design process. There are several steps involved in the design process of an architectural project. Each step is very important to the overall look, feel, and safety of the project. The steps are as follows. The first step is schematic design. The first step of the design phase is schematic design. The schematic design is where the architect gathers information on the needs, styles, and wants for the project. And from there, he will create two to three design options for the client to review. Second phase is design development. In the design development, the architect will take the schematic designs and develop them to an approved design concept. Any changes clients want to make to design should be communicated to the architect during this phase. Overall, the architectural design process involves four aspects. First is the programming, second is schematic design, third is design development, and fourth is construction documents. These steps overlaps with each other. For example, if you are making programming for the project, you have to continue it with the schematic design. With the schematic design, the programming changes, and then with design development, the schematic design also changes, and construction documents are based on the design development. Let's talk about schematic design. The schematic design begins with an introduction of the architect with the client. Then, with their interaction, the architect gather the requirements, the desires, the goals, the budget, and the information about the land available. Then architect do the research. In research, he find out what are the limits, what are the challenges, and he identifies the constraints. After identifying them, he think, ponder, and also talk to client once again and get information from him. And then afterwards, he when he completely get the requirements and client's desires, then he look at the you can say measures. He just go and find out that how much is the land. He draw detail and look at the overall, you can say, oversee the situation at the land and its documentation, and then he analyze the requirements and try to fit the requirements on the land. Then he organize a relationship with the context, and he just develop the site with his imagination and the client's requirement. And then client and the architect overlook the whole process, and they get the insight of the project. And finally, they hire other people such as contractor, and together they construct, and then they use the building, and then again get the feedback. So this process is a continuous process, and then again start over. Now in design development, the architect try to first fit the requirements on the site, look at the overall wind movement, the sun path, the site condition, the sewage condition, sanitation condition, the connection of electricity, and then based on these information he tried to develop sketches. These conceptual sketches help him to develop the design and try to fit the client's requirement, and based on client's requirement he just develop the site. In the schematic design process, a plan is made, and then it is refined, further refined, and this refinement process go on until the design is finalized. This is an existing house, and architect is trying to build on top of existing foundation. That's the least design premise and challenge to architect, because there is a building which was given to him, and that building was already having the foundation, and architect design over the existing foundation. Then the third phase of the design process is making of construction documents. In third step, architect prepare construction documents which are given to a contractor for the construction of project. An architect will put together drawings with a lot of detail on them for the contractors to follow when building. Bidding. Bidding is the fourth step. Bidding is done when the architect or client seeks a contractor for execution of the project. They bid the job to the contractor by giving them a bid documents which display details of the project. These documents include construction documents and technical specifications. Construction. Construction begins once the contractor is found as per the requirements of the client, and client settled on a design concept, and with contractor he discuss about the financial matters, and then details fits the needs. The architect will be in contact with contractor throughout the duration of construction phase to ensure that project is being built according to the plans. Architectural design focuses on the aesthetics and function of the structure to create a space that flows with its surroundings. So the surrounding nature is also involved in the designing process. Architectural design drawings and detailed construction documents. In order to build a project, architectural design drawings and detailed construction documents are required. Drawings are usually obtained from an architect who will incorporate the style, design, size, and needs into the plans. Different phases of the project require a different set of drawings. Complete drawings will consist of multiple sets. Each phase of a project will require a set of drawings pertaining to the city's specific code requirements and the contractor's need for building. Drawing required during design phase. Design drawings typically include a set of aesthetic drawings to represent the owner's wishes of a remodel, addition, or making a new structure. This set of drawings will often include the interior design, the exterior elevations, the interior exterior 3D renderings, floor plans, site plan, and design layout. These drawings demonstrate the flow through structure and the movement and circulation through the building and allow for decision of color and texture that is going to be applied inside and outside the building, and they must be submitted for the approval by the planning department, or in our case it is building control authority, where we have submit the 7 sets of drawings to get the approval. Architectural design drawings and detailed construction documents. Construction documents. Once the design is approved, a set of CDs or construction documents or working drawings are put together. Working drawings are made that so that the client or the contractor can construct the building on site with labor. Essentially, this is the instruction manual for building the project. This set is an expansion on the already approved design. Included in these drawings are the dimensions, title, materials, calculations, structural sections, and details. A set of structural calculations is a separately prepared document to inform the construction document set, often prepared by the structural engineer. A set of MEP or mechanical, electrical, and plumbing drawings is put together for the large scale projects. All these drawings are necessary for architectural project, a remodeling project, or an addition to an existing structure. And these drawings are prepared by a quality licensed architect and his team to ensure that project built safely and according to every design detail. What are architectural bubble diagrams? A lot of thought and careful attention to detail goes into planning an architectural project. All the spaces in a building, views, and property shape and size are considered. Before drawing up the plans and laying out the floor plan, an architect needs to figure out where each space will fit. Architectural bubble diagrams are sketches that help architects identify the areas of the home that will be included in the drawings. These drawings are used as the preliminary phase of design process, and initially these sketches are made. These are used for space planning and organization of spaces in a harmonious whole. The bubble diagrams are the circles or ovals drawn on a sheet of paper where each bubble or each circle represent a different kind of space. For example, if we are making a house, In house we have first of all entrance, so one bubble will be of entrance lobby, and then there will be a lounge, so there will be another big bubble of lounge, then there will be another bubble of a kitchen, and then there will be another bubble of a drawing room. So in this way architect draw different kinds of circles and ovals on a piece of paper to organize the spaces and see where to put which space. These diagrams help the architect identify the location of the rooms to be included in the floor plan for a home or commercial building. They start with the ground floor plan and work their way up from there to the first floor and the second floor. Each bubble diagram has names of spaces on it. The purpose of bubble diagrams are to understand how rooms connect and how spaces flow from one to the next, or how the circulation will take place of people, goods, and movement of the people and goods between rooms to figure out best layout option for building and surrounding area. What is the significance of architectural bubble diagram? You might be thinking, why doesn't the architect just drop the floor plan instead of going through the trouble of coming up with bubble diagrams? Bubble diagrams are an important part of the design phase. Drawing the floor plan without figuring out the orientation of the home may cause problem in the flow of these spaces and the placement of floor levels. Bubble diagrams are important because every detail is being looked at and analyzed to find the best option. They help the architect find the best layout for any architectural project. The careful attention to detail will ensure that your project is being built safely and according to your city's building code. What is the significance of construction documents or CDs in any architectural design project? The significance of construction documents or CDs in any architectural design project. The construction documents or CDs are an important part of any architectural project. They dictate what will happen in the construction of the project. These documents are helpful and necessary not just for the architect but for the contractor as well. The construction documents are the drawings and specifications provided by an architect or engineer that define the construction requirements for the project. They also describe the quantities and the quality of all the materials that would be used for construction and the roles of the construction team members. The construction documents are used to bid the project to the contractors, and they are there for the execution of the project. What is included in the CDs or construction documents? Let's discuss. What is included in CDs or construction documents? The construction documents are a set of complete construction documents and drawings along with specs or specifications book. This specs book covers products, materials, and methods used in the construction of the project. These drawings are the largest component of construction documents. The drawings are labeled for architect, contractor, and city building authority to know what they are looking at. They begin as follows. For example, drawing set of A is for architectural drawings, drawing set of S is for structural drawings, drawing set of I is for interior drawings, drawing set of P is for plumbing drawings, drawing set of E is for electrical drawings, and drawing set of M is for mechanical drawings, and so forth. What is the usefulness of CDs or construction documents? Let's find out. The construction documents are like an instruction manual for the contractor. They assist the general contractor in controlling the job and help the subcontractors know every detail of their jobs. These documents are also used to build the project according to city and government's regulations and the style and needs of the client. The construction documents are used to bid the job with contractors after the documents have been reviewed and approved by the authority. They also become part of the legal construction contract between a client, an architect, and the contractor. So it is very important to produce complete set of accurate documents. The construction documents also ensure that your project is built according to every detail and your local city's building codes. They help your project to be executed smoothly and quickly. So this is the design process that we have discussed and the elements in the design process. Now let's do the case study of an architectural design project in Denmark. I suppose this case study will help you in doing your assignments also, because you are going to do the case study of your house and how you are going to document and present. So this is the second case study that we are discussing. So this case study will also help you in your assignment and also help you to understand how architectural design takes place and how an architect think about the design and how he approach to the design and how he win the hearts of the client, because he have created such a space that clients find enjoyable and comfortable. Now this is a VIA University College Campus Square. Actually, there was a competition about this project, and this competition, the participants were from different countries and they try to design, and this is like the final design, the winning design of the architectural project. This is the project, the architect who have win this project have designed this. So when the architectural design project begins, the first thing that a architect is do the contextual analysis, or what is in the surroundings of the available land. In this case, this is the site which was given to the client where existing structures are already there, and he have analyzed the surrounding area and looked at the relationship of the surrounding buildings with the site and the buildings on the site. Then from their site analysis he begins his project. First thing that he looked is the existing network of the circulation, how people, goods, and vehicles move within the site. Then there are a series of green urban spaces that was in the site surroundings. So the architect learned that there should be a green space within this project. So this is what the information that he got by analyzing the site. Then he looked at the structures, how structures are organized in on the site. So he have done a urban connectivity analysis where he connected his space or his building spaces with the surrounding environment, and how does the surrounding environment fit within, how the building will fit in the surrounding environment and what will be its relationship with the surroundings. So he have identified that there will be three dimensions or three different directions where the building will interact with the green spaces of the surrounding. Then there was a massing analysis, how big the building should be, what should be the height, what should be the overall form or overall mass of the building, and what is in the surrounding. The shape geometry of the surrounding buildings is taken into consideration so as the design should respond to the surrounding, and it would not affect. For example, if you make a very high rise building, that building will cast a large shadow, and the building which are low rise will get affected, and their wind movement and light movement will be affected. So that's why architect have to be very careful when he think about the massing of the project or building mass. Now this is very interesting, and how the conceptual development take place in this project. At first stage, the architect thought of making three buildings, and these were in a rectangular form. Then he twisted the rectangular forms and create the facade lines. Facade is the elevations, how the volumes of the building will create different kinds of elevation. Then he thought about the flows and circulation, about the movement of the people, how the people will arrive and move within the building. Then he thought that why not he create an atrium in between the building. So he have changed the shape from rectangular to an aboriginal shape, and then he have created a central space with three buildings in the surrounding, and three buildings were different separate structures. But these three institutions that he have designed inside out, for example, how the building will look outside, and how the building will be looked from outside, and from the inside how the outside area will be looked. Then the architect have created synergies, and based on synergies he created zones of different kind. After zoning, the building volume and vista analysis takes place. That how from one corner to another corner building will look like, how the building will be given height. There will be low rise structure, there will be medium rise structure, there will be high rise structure. So volume and vista analysis has taken place. Now this is the floor plan of the VIA University College campus. In floor plan, you can find a central atrium, and the spaces are developed in the surroundings, or a surrounding spaces enclose the central space. This is the second floor plan, which is refined, where you find the classrooms on every wing of the project, and labs. At ground floor, there is a interaction space of people. This is third floor plan, where these buildings are having a common roof where people can interact from all the buildings together. This is the fourth floor plan, where one building has finished its height. This is the roof level. At the bottom, there is a building which is having a roof, and other buildings are more higher. So their floor plan is different. There is a central core, central place which is open to sky, and then there is the circulation of the staircase, and the, you can say, the lifts are made, and the classrooms are there. This is fifth floor plan. At fifth floor plan, again, the two buildings are of 5 floors, and one building is of much higher level. Now this is the, you can say, the plan from 7 to 15 floors. The building which is on the top is the continued and given up to the 15 floors. So one four-story building, other is 6-story building, and other is 15-story building. So in this way, the hierarchy of the building is made in the heights and volumes. Now this is computer generated model and mock-up design, where the architect try to see the overall volumetric conditions. Then he have constructed a model. This is the model and mock-up design with different materials. Now this is the north elevation. Then architect create the four elevations. Here you can see the low-rise structures and a high-rise structure. A 15-story building and a 5-story and 6-story building. And the architect have given a different, you can say, color scheme to the buildings. This is south elevation, where you find there are horizontal and vertical elements integrated. Different kinds of windows and openings are there. Fenestration is quite prominent in this design. This is east elevation, where you find that the glass building is made a higher building, high-rise building, whereas the concrete building is made, which is the lower rise. And you can find that the structure beam column is also very evident. This is the most modern style of building. This is the west side elevation, where you see how the masses have created an integrated pattern of squares and rectangles and structures. The windows are punched and the glass structure is within or inside the, you can say, two building. The central building is enclosed with two buildings of brown and light brown color. This is the entrance from where we can enter in the building. Here you can see the real view of the building. This is when you go inside. There is an inside atrium where you find the circulation, very efficient circulation, very pleasing spaces, very welcoming to the people. Now this is a public passage, or you can say entertainment area, where the students can socially interact and enjoy walking. This is like interior passage, where you find the eating places for the students, and again it's very beautiful design. This is again a college campus interior hub, where the social interaction takes place, and these are the academic educational environment of the university. Now, I think last but not the least, I should identify it once again, that all the words that I say in this lecture are not mine, but these words are coming from different great people who have written books about the architectural design and approach to architectural design. There are 15 different authors which I have referred in making this lecture. I thank you very much for listening to the lecture. Hope to see you again, and I believe that you must have understood what is architectural design. Good luck.